Welcome to the live. You know, no one's here. Anybody here? Hey, Papa, welcome in. I'm glad you made it because I appreciate the love you had for my. It got sound now? I wasn't talking before. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Cool. So I appreciate the love you had for my little 357 lever gun. I was telling you about this lever gun. Does my hand get in here? No, it's probably a good thing. For um, for the lever gun on the left, which is the Browning lever gun. That thing's a big boy. Um, she weighs probably about 6, 7 pounds, and she's she's a big girl, a big boy, big girl. Thank you. That's a laminated wood, so it's I don't know that lets them color it, I guess. But yeah, it's black and gray with a little bit of tan in there. The lighting's not that great um, in here because it's my garage, but yeah, she's a beauty to me too. So it's stainless barrel and it's like a satin nickel treated receiver, and she's got a Diamondback Tactical 4 to 16 FTE colored scope. So it's a little different. It's a little different, but she's in 308, and it's a takedown. So there's a little lever uh, in front of the action that you can flip and take it apart. It's supposed to be accurate and maintain zero when you put it back together, but things zeroed perfect right now, and I ain't playing with it. I ain't taking it down. I'm just keeping it just the way it is. Right on. So it's just, I think it's the same gun. It's the Browning BLR. It should be the same gun, or the if it's a 243, same as the 308, the box fed lever gun, the four round box. So yeah, I'm glad you've got them too. So you know, um, the only downside to it is the trigger. It's about a 6 pound trigger. Do you have light and triggers on them? Are your triggers heavy or are they light? Because I've heard there's a couple of ways to lighten the triggers, but nothing I'm gonna do myself. I'll look into it. But last I heard, it wasn't anything that I would have felt comfortable doing. So yeah, so you're familiar with the gun. That's cool. Yeah, it's a much bigger lever gun than like the Model 92. I think I saw a video on it once, and you got to take it apart pretty far to get to it. At the time, I wasn't um, very uh, uh, willing to go that far, but now that I've torn into the triggers on all of my bolt actions, I might mess with it a little bit. I'd like to get it down to about a 3 or 3.5 pound trigger. Yeah, that one's got a gold. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the gold trigger. I don't know if it shows up in this light, but here, let's see. This light ain't that great either. But does that help at all? Does it look gold to you? I can't tell if what I'm doing is making any effect at all. If I shine the light on, but that's got a gold trigger. walnut maybe. Um, yeah, I saw this and I fell in love with it. It was kind of an impulse buy, and I'm happy with it. And it's a great shooter. It's a great shooter. It's just got a lot of trigger pull, but it points really well. It's a bit on the heavy side, but but it's still um, pretty agile. I would hunt with it. I mean, I have other hunting rifles, so I probably will take those first. But um, it's it's a very capable gun. Well, I haven't seen it obviously. I'm just walnut's pretty standard um, for rifles. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it like Browning's in Turkey, where's Browning? Browning's in Belgium, so it's not like they necessarily are using American wood. Ah, thank you for asking that. 19. I should go through the guns. The 1911 is a Rock Island Armory. It's I think it like a TAC one, and it's just like one level up from the GI because it's got the Novak sights or the dovetail sights. And hold on, I don't know. I've got a little light I'm using as a pointer, but I don't know if you can see or if that I can't tell. My playback isn't really showing it. Um, but I'm just wondering if when I shine the light on it, if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of, yeah, there. Can you see that at all? Does that help? Um, so, yeah, it's kind of like one step up from the base model, and it's in burnt bronze Cerakote, and I kind of like it because it reminds me of the FDE M54 that contract run that the Marines ran, and then wow. So I also have the A5 Belgian Browning 3-inch mag shotgun. That's awesome. I thought about an A5, but I'm kind of not buying any shotties right now since I got that CZ. Um, yeah, it's reminiscent of that FDE. It's like a darker. It's like Coyote, but they call it burnt bronze. And then next to that is a fourth gen Glock 19 special edition in green and silver. I think it's a Davidson special edition, and I've never fired it. Um, I have a bunch of other Glocks and pistols that I run, so I just have never shot that gun. Not that I'm opposed to it. I don't think I'm not saving it as unfired for any particular reason. I did get a different slide for it that has an optics mount because I shoot with red dots, um, and so I could pop the slide off and run the other slide, but then it's not a Glock exactly. Um, so I don't know. I just have other guns I shoot. I never shoot that one. Um, but I love the color. I don't know how well the color shows up in the video. Does that show the green a little better? It's a pretty grayish green, I think. And then above that is the 6.5 Grendel AR, um, and I think that's like I don't know, must be at 18 or I don't know. I don't freaking remember anything. It's really late for me. I'm just finishing up the cigar, and for some reason, right after J Dog went live, but there was nobody around, and I don't even know if they were publishing shorts that were like our lives. I went and looked through the lives, and nothing would come up. Um, so it was just weird. Uh, let's see. Yeah, the Rolex and pinky ring I wear every day is all I have left of my dad, and the three guns stay in the walk-in safe. I don't even shoot them. It would kill me if they got damaged. Well, I Um, I feel you, and I think it's wonderful that you have guns from your dad. My first gun that my dad gave me was a stainless and walnut Mini 14, and I sold it. And then I recently bought last year or so I bought a stainless and walnut Mini 14 to commemorate that gun. But I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but um, I gave my dad his guns, but he's about to give him give them back because he's about 89, and I don't think he's st- I think he ain't gonna be able to. I took him to the range last time I was in Texas, and he could run it, but he's kind of on the edge of not being able to run it, and probably not safely. But congratulations that you have the Rolex and pinky ring and that you can wear them every day. That's amazing. Yeah, I was at the store. I got notice you were live this time, but I was driving and had to wait till I got back to the house to jump on. Thank you for coming on. Did you were you at the store getting a Red Bull? And I'm glad to hear that the notifications went out because I figure you're not the only person who's up, but whatever. Um, yeah, so that's a 6.5 Grendel and it's got a 6 to 24 Arkin on it. But that's just like I was saying earlier. I put big scopes on the rifles when I get them just to zero them, and I just want to see how accurate the barrel is. And that's a pretty new build, probably within the last couple of weeks. And I've only shot it a couple of times, just getting it dialed in and seeing how accurate it is. I think I've only shot it once actually, um, maybe twice, but I just put the big scope on it just to really get just so I can see what the accuracy is in the barrel. And that one will probably get a 4 to 16. And off to the right of the screen is a Howa 308 barrel in action in an MDT Oryx chassis with what the hell is that? A 6 to 24 Arkin, but the 34 millimeter tube version. And that stock had FDE color panels, and I took them and hydro dipped them with spray paint. Uh, and I really liked the way it came out. It gave it a lot more variety, and I like the green more than the FDE a lot. And it's like a combo. Yeah, it's like green and brown, and I don't know. Sorry, the flashlight's dying, so it makes that little shaky thing. Um, yeah, I'm real happy with the way it came out. We gave it a kind of a little bit of a custom look. I got my shoulders in a Red Bull. Hold on. I have a Zoom training 6-hour course today, so I had to stock up on all my supplies before wife and kids leave for school today. Well, the Zoom training sounds brutal, and I'm, sorry for you that you have to deal with it, but, you know, I understand it's probably part of the job. I'm watching videos on spray paint hydro dipping. And I'm very interested in that process. Well, I learned just from watching, and the thing that I can tell you about it from my own experience is you got to have warm water. Or you don't have to have warm water, but it really helps. So when the water is colder, the paint is a little weirder. Um, and and the other thing too is you want to push the the whatever you're dipping, through the paint and into the water below, so the paint binds to it or wraps around it, and then because the paint it becomes a film on the water, and it'll kind of pile up if you don't. So you got to slowly move the object down through the water so it kind of adheres to whatever you're putting it on more evenly. If you move it around, the film will pile up on the object, and then it'll still go on, and you can take it off. And then, but you got to like squeeze it and flatten it, and it doesn't have the same kind of trippy, psychedelic effect that you get when you put it on good. That's the best way to describe it. But it's pretty easy. I just found that it seems to work better when the water's warmer. And so, um, it's getting cold here. So like it was 80 yesterday and sunny and beautiful. And that was like the last day. And then today it switched to the rain, and it'll probably be rainy and shitty for 6, 8 months here. Actually, learning a lot about dealing with childhood trauma with these courses. I have 3 severely abused grandkids I'm raising now. So state has me taking training courses 2 days a week. I graduate in 5 days. Congratulations on that, and I think it's amazing that you are fostering your grandkids. Um, and Yeah, it's just amazing. Um, and also, I imagine that learning about dealing with childhood trauma is probably helpful for um, in our own lives, understanding you know, I mean, because everybody, I think, has it to some degree in one way or another from something, right? It's part of the, I don't know shit. I'm tired. So, but, it helps us not just learn about them, but learn about ourselves. We don't have any grandbabies yet, but my wife wants them really bad. She's got grandbaby fever. Um, my only daughter's 25, and she was up this summer with her partner, and um, basically, he asked me for her hand, and so um, they're getting married, and they're getting engaged and getting married. And I thought the last couple times I've seen her, she was talking about kids quite a bit. But I asked her, she said she wasn't, but she was. And that's kind of exciting. And they're a good couple, so I'm excited for them. And we really love him too. He's a good kid. So um, we're just heading down that road. And then her kids are a little older, and her youngest son just got married, and I think he's the best candidate for um, grandbabies for her side. Believe it or not, does help when engaging with adults, especially with like de-escalating people a lot. Useful info in this training. I enjoyed it. Oh, I believe it. I believe it because, like, I think, you know, it probably also helps you identify, what you're dealing with or who you're dealing with. And I imagine it's got to be pretty helpful in lots of stuff. I love that. Grandkids make you wish you would have started with them first. Well, we had a gal come in to the office today to help us with the credit card process. She was a young gal, and she had her 8-month-old with her, and her nanny was like a teenage kid who was looking after the kid. And oh my God, that baby was so cute. I stopped what I was doing. I went out and um, played with them. I was like in a meeting, and I was like, hold on a second. I went outside and went out to the front, and saw the kid, and was just lit. That little baby just lit up the room. It was the cutest darn kid ever, and wow, and that's unusual for me, but that kid was stinking cute. Um, but I love that comment. Grandkids make you wish you would have started with them first. I'm going to share that with my wife later because I think that's a great comment. That's That's a great line. Thank you for sharing that with me. So you were so did when you got the notification, you came in the room, but you um, couldn't comment right away. Is that what I understand? Because pretty much from when I opened the video, when I opened the live, it said there was one person watching, but I've got the camera up pointed at the guns, and then I'm sitting in a chair with my laptop, which is why I can comment in the chat also. Um, but because I'm on a different device, so so I wasn't sure if it was me because the computer knows it's me, but it also acts like it's not me, so I don't know what the hell's going on really. And I'm new to this. I don't really know shit about it. And I didn't know if notifications had gone out or if there's something that I need to do. Is there a button that I need to do to send out the notifications? I don't think that's the case, but um, pretty much probably everyone's sleeping. I guess there's very. I saw one live going, and it was Paulie's live, and uh, I don't think we have all the same people. So um, I figured it was okay, and I just figured I'd go on for a little bit. And the main reason I went on was actually because I was saying, oh, I'd fire it back up so you could see the lever gun. Um, so I'm glad you got to see it. Like that's the main reason I fired it back up. Plus, I was probably got way more cigar than I wanted to have left at this point. I mean, it's a slow burning cigar, but usually I'm in bed by 2. It's 3 o'clock my time, which is 6 o'clock your time. Also, let me know if you want to. Are you not going live today because you're doing the training? Or if you want to go on, I can jump out. It's no problem. Um, no, I got a notification. I couldn't log on until I put my truck in park. I have a device in my truck that will tell on me if I text or type while driving. That's crazy. Is that part of the foster parent deal too? That, or is that like I never heard of that before? I'll go live after training about 1:45 today my time. So I think you're 3 hours earlier. That's 4:45. That's right in the middle of my workday. I'll probably slam up until for another couple hours after that. We kind of work a little bit late. We get off around 6:30 our time. Well, I got you. Now, is that like the thing that lowers your rates? And now that because like it's almost like GPS almost tells them where they are, and tells them how fast you're going and shit. And I wonder if it gives you a good discount because to me there's probably a point that it's not worth it, especially the speeding because I drive ridiculously fast. Yeah, we had State Farm for a while, and I think we did that for my wife's car, but not my car. Um, but then we jumped out of State Farm. But I know it does, but I didn't know it knows if you're texting and shit. That's, um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, full coverage. I pay 125 a month with 2 tickets on record because device lowers rates. Well, I can understand. Um, with the tickets and all, you want to get the rates down as low as you can. 125 a month does not sound bad um, at all. But um, I have 4 cars, I got a couple old trucks that I don't drive a whole lot, but they're covered for if we get in an accident, then the other, like liability for the other person in PIP for, for us, but the trucks themselves aren't covered for anything. I went to trade one of them in because I just got a new truck, and they offered me $300 for an '02 Escalade, and I was like, no, I'll keep it. I'll just, move boats around my yard and shit with it, make it into a dump run truck or whatever, and and then I talked to the insurance lady, and I pay so much on the truck, even without any coverage on the vehicle, that I'm kind of interested in selling it. Oh, it's the app. Interesting. So shit, it was probably 5 or 6 or 8. I don't remember how many years ago when we had State Farm, but it was a device in the vehicle that they want you to keep in the vehicle, and something I don't think it was an app at the time. But who knows what it is now? You know what it is now. You got farmers, or you got State Farm. I got farmers now, and it's a little expensive, but it's good insurance, and I pay for all that shit through my business, so I don't. It's not the least of my issues right now. It's not the biggest issue. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I pay way too much for insurance. I pay a stupid amount. Yeah, I'm fixing to sell my truck. It's really need a van or SUV. I need that third row. We are packed in the truck with 3 kids. Yeah, the SUVs are nice. You know I have a third row seat, so I have an '02 Suburban and an '02 Escalade, and I have a third row seat sitting in the garage behind me, and it fucking takes up space. Um, and we don't have any kids, so I have the third row out, so I can and the back seat's down, so I can throw shit in there. And it works really good in the Northwest because it's like having a truck, but your shit's all inside and not getting wet. I just got a Chevy pickup, and I haven't had a pickup in years. Fuck, since like 20 something years, and I just put like one of those flat bed covers on it, the like a hard tonneau cover, um, and I'm just kind of kicking myself. I should have got the like a cap for it so there'd be more space for shit, because it doesn't the bed's not that useful with just you just can't put as much shit in it. Everything's got to be under that lid or the drive around with the lid open. I had the '02 Escalade. We got 500,000 miles on it before it went splat, but it was a great vehicle. Yeah, this one's great, but the body's clean, but fucking there's like 5 lights on the dash always. The stability system no one can figure out what the fuck it needs, and there's always a light on the dash for that. And the it's stuck in all-wheel drive, so it's all-wheel drive all the time, but it still gets about 13 miles to the gallon. But the traction situation is amazing, and it comes off the line really fast. And that 6 liter is a beast. So I enjoy driving it, but it's you know the seats are all tore up, and they were when I got it. Um, so I enjoy driving it, but it's uh, it's pretty long in the tooth. My '02 Suburban is a 5.3, but it's clean. Like everything works, no lights on. Body, there's one dent in the body, in the back corner. StabiliTrak is sensors with dust on them. That is always an issue. Yeah, well, that's what I've heard too. Yeah, so I've always been like a suburban guy. We're not always, but for the last 20 years that I've lived in Washington. And the tranny went out on it as they are ought to do, or what as they do at about 200,000 miles, and towing the big boat up the hill. Just the next day, the tranny was toast, and so it was summertime. I needed a truck, and it was during COVID, and I went out and bought the Suburban. I bought the Escalade. It was like $5,000, and and like there were no lights on when I bought it, but the next day they came on. So the dealer's got some kind of device that's better than my device for shutting them off and stuff. But yeah, you can carry all kinds of shit in the Suburban. But yeah, I got the Escalade because I needed a truck really bad, and I've really enjoyed driving it. It's the 6 liters got tons of power that the Suburban doesn't have. But and it was the smallest truck I've had in a long, long time, but I haven't minded at all. I like it, but I think it's shit. I'm just gonna off it. Just gonna get rid of it just to have room in the driveway. Um, yeah, it's a good truck, even with all the lights on and stuff. But um, yeah, it's just too many cars. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth paying the insurance on it. So I don't mind owning it because it doesn't cost anything to own. But um, yeah, it's 6 a.m. I think all our people are asleep. Yeah, it was also late night. The people who were on with J Dog are probably all crashed. I wasn't on when he ended, or I was, but I wasn't looking at it. I was finishing my paperwork. But did his live end, or did he end his live? And it's 3:19 a.m. on the West Coast. So it's a little late for me, but I don't have to be up early tomorrow. I just work in the afternoon. Focus and the day crew should be up soon. And J Dog ended his live to get sleep. Good. Well, I didn't know he sleeps. I thought he was just up all the time. Uh, he's up pretty late. For me, it's not as late. I usually go to bed around 1 or 2. Um, More like 2. But I have to be up earlier on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the rest of the week I don't have to be up early. So, and I tend to be a night owl. And I probably won't stay. I'm probably, I'm enjoying chatting with you. Well, if Mrs. J Dog's dragging him to bed, then good for her. Good for him. My wife goes to bed early. I usually put her to bed, um, and and then get up and um, you know come downstairs and have a cigar and and go on the lives. And now I can go on my live too. I don't think like the diesels is the right word. I've had a few, and I just got a Chevy diesel, and so I've never even added I got um, the new truck, new to me truck, um, less than a month ago, I think, and I bought some Blue Def, and they say you got to add it, but I don't know anything about it really, and the tell me a light's going to come on when I need it or something. I don't know, and I don't know how far you go without it, but I got some of that, and I just got the diesel truck's amazing. Um, I just got a big Chevy Duramax 3500 pickup truck. I haven't had a pickup in 20 years. I haven't had a diesel in, oh, shoot, 15 years. And it doesn't get good mileage. I would rather, for the size truck it is, it's okay, but I get somewhere between 13 and 18. I love diesels. I've owned Mercedes diesels all my life. That's what my dad did, was restore them. That's a very cool thing. Um, I've like a friend who's Greek, and his dad owned restaurants, and he always had like the 6.9. Was it an SEL? The big 6.9 sedan from the 70s. That was like a kind of a epic epic car. The big diesel sedan. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure was it the 6.9 sound right? I mean, those were that big sedan was kind of, and I picture it was, it was definitely the 70s body style. Um, Mine's the 123 body. That's the itty bitty one. Or no, I'm thinking of the seats. Was that before the C? Like, did the C, did the 123 become like the C body style, the little one? Um, what year was the one? What year's your car? What is that, like a 1.9? Was it the 190? Oh, it's 123, so it's a 1.2 liter diesel. I don't freaking remember. The Z class is the shit body. Yeah, but did it come after the 123? Wasn't it like the 123 was a cool little car, and then they just sort of disappeared, and it was the C types. Do I have that right? Gee, yeah, I did remember that right. I remember that my mom had one. It was a gas motor, but it was a little black car with tan seats. I used to enjoy driving that. And I think hers was like a 79. Nice little car, had a sunroof, everything worked really good. It was a nice little car. It was nimble. It fit really good. I'm thinking about now. The leather smelled like leather. It was like a real car. It's sort of in my mind. It's like the last of that era of Benzes that had like soft leather seats, and um, like the leather was softer, and then it all became like hard, like an '80s car or like modern cars. I don't know. I kind of got out of cars. I used to be into cars, and then I kind of got out of them. Um, got into racing cars and built race cars in the early 2000s, and sports cars and all that. Um, and Chevys, like a Chevy Camaro, Chevy Corvettes, and that was a big kick in the pants. But that was super performance focused, and everything was like custom built. Or so, my concept of what cars should be became very warped on the performance end, and then I got rid of the race cars, because it was um, too expensive, and I didn't have any money anymore, which is a convenient way to get out of racing. But I still had trucks, and I've had trucks since. The 190, that's what it was. It was 190E, came out, had Toyota parts in them Then they partnered with Chrysler a while. That was a shit show. Yeah, I believe that. Yes, racing is an expensive hobby. They say the only way to make a small fortune racing is to start with a big one. And I didn't have either. So, um, you know, I used to pay to race, and, you know, um, I built like an 84 Camaro race car, and that wasn't very expensive. And then I really wanted a Corvette, and I built a 89 Corvette from a roller body on up, and that was ridiculously expensive. Um, and and then I had a little problem with, well, what shit we the state kind of fucked my industry, and we moved from California up to Northwest, and I got rid of the cars and got back into boats because boats have really always been my lifelong passion. And I just buy, I've restored like 20 boats in 25 years, and that's been my thing. And it's a beautiful boating area here, except the season's kind of short. And also want to welcome Xavier. Welcome in, Xavier. Well, great to have you. Thanks for joining in. Bruce with the late night show. I think we're at the early morning show at this point. The dirt track is literally 1 mile from my house on Friday night. I can hear the race from my backyard. That's wonderful. Love that. Xavier, what's up, bro? So, Xavier, am I pronouncing your name the way that you say it, or do you go hard X? Are you like an Xavier or a Xavier? So, oh, you've already slept? Good for you. Um, funny thing. I speak a smattering of like 6 different languages, and we have a big Ethiopian community here. Um, and the Amharic is the main language of Ethiopia, and we have a bunch of Ethiopian clients. So I picked up. So anyway, they, like the uh, thank God. The way you say thank God in Amharic is Xavier Musgun, and Xavier literally is the name of God um, in Amharic and Ethiopian language. So um, that's why I say it the way I say it, because when I talk to um, my Ethiopian friends and clients, everything's like, oh, Xavier Musgun. So that's why I say Xavier. Well, hey, you gotta go to work. Don't let us keep you, man. You're searching for a new lighter, like a new Bic or a new, I'm guessing Bic. I buy them on Amazon in like 12 packs. Oh, I feel your pain. Wife just left for work, for, for town, and my lighter just quit. I am sorry. I feel that pain because I smoke cigars, and it drives me nuts when I don't have any lighters. And my wife smokes Swishers, and she steals all the lighters. I made her empty her purse one day, and she had, because I couldn't find any fucking lighters, and she had 5 lighters in her purse. And it's not a big purse. You know, Why is there a ton of lighters under your bed? And please don't say because you smoke in bed and drop your lighters, because um, that would sound terrible. And even if that don't admit, if that is the case, don't admit it. But I lose lighters daily. Um, yeah, I keep a couple in the truck, and I keep a couple stats. So I got like my little man cave here, about a foot from behind the camera, and I've got lighters all over the place in here, and I got a couple in my little chest pack with my carry, and I even though I'm sitting in my own garage, I have a Glock strapped on because I'm sure y'all know about the gal who got her face eaten by some guy in bath salts, and I actually went to high school with that girl, so I don't even feel good about talking about it on it alive. But yeah, I just figured um, if shit's gonna happen, it's gonna happen at night. So oh yeah, they fall out of pockets or fall into your bed. So did you go look under your bed? Is that where you found your lighter at? And are you smoking cigs or smoking a cigar? I think we were talking about cigars. Um, and this one is a, what the fuck is this? It's a anthology, maybe? I don't know. I was gifted a box of these, and I've had them a couple times before. And they're, um, is it anthology cigar? I don't know anything about it except that they're fucking awesome. No, it's not an. I'm looking at what it is. It's not. It's not an anthology. It's something like that. It's got a little red wrapper and I don't know what the fuck it is. Um, and I already smoked down past the wrapper, so did the band. So I don't know. But holy shit, this is a good cigar. It's also burning really slow, which is good because it slows me down. But I don't need a 3 hour cigar at 3 in the morning, or an hour left on a 3 hour cigar at 2 in the morning, or whatever the hell's going on here. They fall out of pockets. Well, don't put your money in those pockets. Yeah, I had a Chevy crew cab dually when I was racing, and pulled the race car trailer, and then um, I think after that I traded it and got a Excursion diesel, which was a great, like an '01 Excursion diesel, and that was a great truck. And then after that, I just got regular Suburbans, and I haven't had a diesel truck in shit since 2008, I think. But there's a long story on how I ended up with this one, but it's an unbelievable truck, and I'm just and it's really fast, and it's got a ton of torque, and uh, it just outclasses even the 6 liter Escalade by miles. It's just ridiculous. And yeah, it does like 85 at 1500 RPMs, 1200 RPMs. It's just stupid and ridiculous. And I like my old Suburban, but and I never was into all the bells and whistles, and I was very happy driving it. And my accountant told me to go get a truck, so I did, and it's ridiculously expensive, but and I know in my mind it's still the same truck as it ever was. Like the new Suburban's like some ridiculous amount of money, and it's still the same truck as the old Suburban. But holy shit! Like a week or two of driving with all these cameras in every direction, I don't know how I ever lived without them. I was easily converted because the truck's so nice. Well, no lighter but found $10 bill. Congratulations. Back, Dad. Which of us are you calling? I hope you're calling Papa, Dad. I ain't your daddy. I don't even know you, man. Or you just feel like you could use that like apostrophe and apply to all others present because we're fucking old. Oh man, you gotta go to the emergency. Well, get lit and put it back in the emergency go bag because you don't want to not have a lighter in the go bag. Are you lighting a cig or are you lighting a cigar? If it's a cig, I can understand it being an emergency. So we should send socks and lighters. Should add lighters to the sock request. Oh, I got tons of fire starters, LOL, and lighting a cig. I figured because you're desperate for that caffeine fix, or for that Nick fix, and also you might not have time to smoke a cigar, especially not one this long lasting. So remind me, we did talk about cigars the other night. You like cigars, right? Fire starters. I thought that we were talking about cigars, but it was also probably at like 3 in the morning. So I don't necessarily remember everything from, when it's late. Or I guess I do, it's not as well. I'm going to end this pretty quick here just because um, it's late for me and I should go to bed. And I don't feel so good. And I still got to put the guns back in the safe. And I'm still wondering what the fucking name of the cigar is. I can go look in the humidor, but um, yeah. Hey, thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for being here. I don't get to pass right out. It's gonna take me fucking half an hour, 40 minutes to get my shit put away. because I got to put the table up because it's blocking the corridor out of the garage, and got to get the guns off it, and that's a few trips, and the doors are open, so I got to close them before so I can put the guns away, and because I'm paranoid I won't leave the guns sitting here with the doors open, but I got the doors open so the cigar smoke clears out, and it's just a fucking stupid fucking deal. So I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna close up. Thank you for coming to my stream, and probably gonna have to be the weekends, but I can stream at a normal hour. So we'll do that. You know, probably like Saturday, Sunday morning, which is like uh, if I start streaming at 9 on a Saturday, that's noon your time, or noon on a Sunday. But that's probably the best bet for me. Otherwise, it's gonna be these late night ones, and it's fine. I enjoy it, but it's gonna probably not get a ton of viewers. I don't even know if that's a bad thing. I don't even care. Hey, thank you for being here. I'm gonna shut this thing down. And good luck with your day. Good luck with your training, and I hope it's valuable for you. Xavier, have a good day at work. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna shut it down.